Statistically, secondary infertility is actually more prevalent than primary infertility. About 1 in 6 couples experience secondary infertility compared to about 1 in 8 couples experiencing primary infertility. Of course, single people also experience secondary infertility as well, and your pathway to secondary infertility also makes a difference. So whether you've had a history of infertility previously or no history of infertility, I think that if you haven't had any history of infertility, it can be an even greater shock to find yourself in this situation.
We were trying for children for a few years, and so I decided to go and get checked as I had very painful long periods and was concerned of endometriosis. And at that time the doctor ran some tests and referred us on to a specialist. My husband went along and did a sperm test, and they found that he had a low sperm count and poor mobility. And the specialist said that although my results were fine on paper, that there was no point in investigating any further as the outcome would be the same, and that we would need to do ICSI. And that was our only option. Well, the following month I never got my period, and I just thought, oh well, I'm out of kilter after all the drugs. After a few weeks I thought, oh well, I might as well do a test, and we were pregnant. So we had Nathan, a wonderful little child. You knew the good times, you knew the bad times, and it was the happiest day of our lives, the birth of our son.
There's a strong desire to provide a sibling for a child, someone who you see as a lifelong companion for that child. And often tied up with that too are very strong sort of feelings and desires about the ideal age gap that you imagine having between children. Often people imagine that to be a sort of 2 to 4 year age gap. So when that doesn't happen, that's very difficult to deal with.
So after about 8 months, when Nathan was about 8 months, we tried for number 2, which after having one child, and it was naturally, we thought, well, we'll be able to have another one again. And even another specialist had said, oh, well, you've had one. So, after time had gone past and we hadn't conceived, we went back to the specialist and decided to do another cycle of ICSI, which again was unsuccessful. The emotional side after Nathan was a lot harder because we knew what we were missing. We knew we had this wonderful child. We knew the good times, the sleepless nights, the hard times, and watching him grow and achieve his milestones, there was nothing like it. And it was very upsetting when people would say, at least you've got one child.
Often people also have to deal with some very judgmental and insensitive comments from others as they're going through secondary infertility. Often comments are made based on an assumption, I think, that you may have one child, for example, by choice rather than through circumstances, and this can be very difficult to deal with. You may also have a sense of not being a real parent or having a real or complete family, and this is very natural and very normal as you go through secondary infertility. Your family is not complete as you imagined it and hoped it would be, and that's very difficult to deal with. It's also really hard if other friends and family members who started having children at the same time as you have gone on perhaps to have a second or subsequent child as well, and again that can be really difficult to deal with, and as a reminder that for you, your family doesn't feel complete.
We were blessed with the chance of another turn at parenthood with adopting a wonderful daughter, 21 months old, and what an amazing little girl. It was also great for Nathan to be a big brother. But I still felt cheated, missing out on the first years of her life.
Some of the coping tips that I often discuss with people are, I guess, first of all, giving yourself permission to acknowledge the feelings that you're experiencing. Of course you're very grateful to have the child or children that you already have, but the fact is that your family's not complete as you hoped and imagined it would be. So this is a very real life crisis for you. Seek specific support for secondary infertility, because I do think it is really hard to get good support when you're going through secondary infertility. Talk to partners if you have a partner and other key people in your life, and enlist their support too to make sure that you have regular time to do some of those self-nurturing activities, which may be really simple things, even like going for a walk or watching a movie, or just having some time to yourself to do some journaling about your thoughts and feelings, but make it a regular time. Balancing the challenges of completing your family with enjoying the here and now is really important as well. Keep communication open with partners and other key people in your life, and enjoy the milestones of your child, create new memories together, and enjoy the here and now.
We're living in hope and enjoying the 2 wonderful children I have. This helps to keep me positive. I still have really hard days, and sometimes a good chat with a friend that understands, or other times just spending a little time to myself. But no one can make me feel the joy and love the way my children do.